For millions of college students in the U.S., student loans can feel like a huge financial burden. In fact, over 40 million Americans owe more than $1.2 trillion in outstanding student loan debt. So here to talk with us today about those student loans is Heather Massey with the Better Business Bureau. Heather, thanks so much for being on with us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So first of all, talk to us about why scammers target students with loans in the first place.
Well, unfortunately, student loan debt is so common here in the U.S. You have graduates, you have students attending college, and they've all taken out student loans, mostly of some sort. Scammers use this as an opportunity. What they'll do is they'll send you an email, a text message, or even a phone call, and they'll let you know for a small fee they can eliminate your debt. What they do is they take that fee, and of course, you still have your remaining debt, and now you've lost even more money.
Golly, and no one wants that after
working
so hard for that degree. Now, what other kinds of reports does the BBB get related to this?
Well, you'll have people that'll call and they'll threaten, like, you owe you outstanding debt and you haven't been making timely payments, and we're going to, put a bad report on your credit, or even threaten to arrest them. So they use a lot of scare tactics. That's how scammers work. These aren't legitimate loan companies. They're out here trying to get you scared, so you give them money up front and they take it and take off.
Oh man, that sounds terrible. Golly. Now, what tips does the BBB have to make sure that this doesn't happen?
Well, one thing is just know your options. A lot of people don't think if you're having trouble paying back your student loan debt, you're really struggling to make those payments, call your lender directly and negotiate with them. Ask them for like a lower payment for a while, or even they could suspend your payments for a few months while you get things back together. And this will depend, obviously, if you do have a government loan or a private loan, on how they're going to work with you, but it always helps to know those options and start with them. And if you're ever asked to pay an upfront fee based on a student loan, that is a red flag. Legitimate lenders will not ask for a fee. They're going to take a percentage once they've completed your loan options and paperwork, etc. So that's not going to happen, these upfront fees. That's where people get in trouble.
Okay, now talk to us about the third-party power of attorney.
Right, you never want to give anyone third-party power of attorney, and that's just a consent to take over your debt or your loan. Maybe they call and they say they're going to look around for you, they're going to shop for a lower rate. If you give them consent to take over your loan, they could take that themselves and therefore have a higher percentage rate and maybe even extend the life of your loan. So when you're looking to pay it off in 5 years, you might have another year added on at a higher interest rate. So never give a third-party consent.
Okay, now I know that I get them. I'm sure a lot of people do, those notices, to pay your debt.
Right.
Obviously, you don't ignore those. Why is that so important to make sure that those don't go ignored?
Right, because you could default and have a higher interest rate. So if your lender does send you something and you're behind on your payments and you push them aside, it's really the best practice to grab control of those and call your lender and negotiate with them and let them know that you are running behind and you do need a little help out. And most of them will work with you and try to help you, because at the end of the day, they want that good faith effort. You're going to take care of your debt, as we all want to. Sure. And here and there, we all fall in hard times.
All right, Heather, great information. Where can we find all of this?
You can always go to bbb.org. And just another tip, each college graduate graduates with more than $26,000 worth of student loans.
My gosh.
I know. It's important to take control.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you, Heather, so much.
Thank you.
All right, stick with us. We'll be right back.